we're live.
I'm hoping we're live. We're live. Hey, we're live.
It looks like we're live. Definitely on Facebook. I can't answer for YouTube anymore. I think we are live on YouTube. Yeah, I don't
Oh
think it worked.
no.
I don't think it worked last week.
Oh really?
Yeah, I kept getting a weird message on it. Like when I went to the restream page, it didn't say connected. It said something else.
Oh, interesting.
What's up, Edward? Thanks for joining,
Hey,
buddy.
let
Glad
me
to
get
see you.
this puppy shared out right now as I'm sharing. We would like you to share.
Yep, if you please could share. Hey, Bill, how's it going, buddy? How are you? Thanks for joining. I'm going to be doing the same. If everybody could share. Hello, Nathaniel. You are here. Congratulations. You made it.
It's Tuesday night and we are all here.
And we're actually early, which never happens.
We are early and it doesn't ever happen.
Yeah, it's fun. Share. I'm fantastic, buddy. How about you, Bill? You good? In the group. Hello, Bill. Thanks for joining. And Bill said, is that a newly Floridian Lisa I see?
Yes, I would call myself
A-
okay. I would call myself uh
Hello, Anthony.
I've lost my train of thought here. What would we call it? Duly registered citizen. I'm a dual citizen at the moment.
Nice. I like it.
How we doing tonight, Maria? How is Massachusetts, my friend?
Hey, Maria. Hey, Doug. Victoria. Melissa.
Melissa?
Hey, Lana. How are you?
Lana, some crazy storms I was looking at in Kansas. I don't think they're near you, but holy cow.
All right. Thank you,
That
everybody,
sounds
for
good.
joining. We appreciate everybody joining. I don't know why. I'm on my screen. It's not showing me the viewers. Is it showing?
Yeah, it's not on mine either. So,
On
but
my phone,
I
it
got
is.
it. It's here. I could probably yell down the highway. And thank you for sharing, Bill.
Thanks for sharing, Bill. If everybody else could please share the show, we appreciate it. I got some news about our contest that me and Ed did last week.
Be safe, Lana.
I know. I say Lana's name wrong, apparently.
Yeah, I do too. That's
Because
okay.
it's supposed to be Lana, and I say Lana.
No. Our apologies. For years
Nope.
now, we've been going.
Yeah, we've been calling it, but it's probably not going to change now. It's probably just always going to be Lana.
Yeah.
You just have to chalk that up to my Louisiana voice. But I do have good news for Lana. Lana won our contest.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Congratulations.
I'll be shipping out some Disney Nerds podcast Once Upon a Time travel koozies. I will also be shipping out 2 buttons and a couple pins.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Lana.
So, Lana, if you could email me your address at Jimmy at the Disney Nerds Podcast.com, I'll get that out to you within at least a month.
You got to give us a chance, right?
No, I will absolutely get it out as quick as I can. So just shoot me your. Did you see Bill's House Davenport?
I did. Good, hot. It's toasty.
Lana says she'll answer to anything. So, I actually have 3 pins here. One is the White Rabbit. One is a Minnie Mouse, and one is got Peter Pan on it. It says Pen Trading Day 2017.
So Victoria, Londonderry had some storms all week. Yeah, I heard the weather's been a little crazy. I was just talking to my mother this morning. She said weather's been a little nuts. How we doing tonight?
What's up, Brandon? Brandon, I got great news yesterday. Found out that I will be going to the LSU Florida game.
Very nice.
Bill, actually, I got a couple different things we're gonna do. So I have Disney Nerds pop sockets that I just got in. Disney Nerds podcast pop sockets to go in the back of your phone. We will be selling all of this. Okay, so I've got a bunch of pop sockets in stock that I can sell. It'd be $5. Plus, I think it'd be about $2 to ship it if I just ship it in one of these little mailers like this, just first class stamps. So $5 plus $2 for shipping on the pop sockets. The koozies, $2 a piece. $2 a piece plus whatever shipping. And if you order in the pop socket and the koozies, I'll be happy to combine the shipping on all that. And then the buttons, I would say just 50 cents a piece if you want me to throw some in there too. So $5 for the pop socket, $2 for the koozies, and 50 cents for the buttons. Pop sockets are really cool. It's got 3M tape on the back of it. They looked about the same quality as the ones we had previously that everybody loves. So, yes, Brandon, we definitely will. I'm actually going to be going with Adi and a friend of his and me and my son. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Adi actually texted me yesterday and told me he's got tickets. So he's going to be taking me. So anybody that wants to order any of the stuff, whether it be the pop socket, Disney Nerds podcast koozie, or buttons, you can email me Jimmy at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com and let me know what you want to order, and I'll tell you, I'll total it all up and figure out how much it costs for shipping and all that. But I'll combine the shipping. So, Jimmy at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. Pop sockets for the back of your phone, $5 plus whatever the shipping is. Koozies, Disney Nerds Podcast, and Once Upon a Time Travel koozies, $2, and buttons, 50 cents a piece. However many you want. You tell me.
That's awesome, Victoria.
I've got if you want a package deal, Edwin, I got about 45 pop sockets, 200 koozies, and about 80 buttons. You just tell me how many of those you want, and we'll negotiate.
Yes, you did hear Nerds koozies.
So you can. I think we're gonna set up. Me and Lisa were just looking at this, and we may set up a store on Facebook where you can buy this type of stuff. We just don't have that set up yet. So in the meantime, if you guys want anything, you could shoot me an email, Jimmy at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com, and I will just tell me what you want. I'll get you a price on it, and you can we'll just have it where you can PayPal me. Actually, I'll just have you PayPal the podcast directly. So just shoot me an email and we'll get all that taken care of, and I'll get them shipped out to you. So again, for those just joining, Disney Nerds Podcast pop sockets, $5 plus the shipping. Disney Nerds Podcast koozies with Once Upon a Time Travel in the back, $2, and the buttons, 50 cents a piece. Guys, we're not trying to make money. This is about what we pay for them, and by the time they ship it and process and all that, our goal is not to make money I'm not trying to book Pop Century on you guys. We want to get it out there, and any little bit of money we do make off of it, we'll go back into giveaways later, like we just did with Lana, who won tonight. So, if any of you guys have made the Disney Nerds podcast meetups for the scavenger hunt, we give a lot of good stuff away. So, any little bit of money we do make, would go back into stuff like that. But
Victoria, just shoot us an email. We'll get involved in an email conversation with you, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, let's take it offline, and we'll try and figure something out for you, Victoria. I know the pop sockets. If you go buy one in the store, if you go to like a Target or a Walmart or whatever, they're like $10 a piece. So $5 for a Disney Nerd podcast one is not bad. Koozies, I don't know what these cost, but $2 a piece. $2 a piece, and then the buttons 50 cents a piece. Disney Nerds podcast does not have credentials to get you into Galaxy's Edge. If they did, I'm sure Lisa would be going and not Edwin.
Yes, and I'm not going.
So there you go.
Not going to Galaxy's Edge, sadly. I will have to wait like the rest of you.
Yep. So me and Lisa will probably be experiencing that a little bit, probably together in a couple weeks.
Right.
With the rest of everybody.
We've got a request.
The request department is at ed. at DisneyNerdPodcast.com would be the request department.
Ed is going to be the next video that goes. Edwin's going to be the next video that goes viral at Disney.
He's going to be trying to break in. He's there now. Is he there now or going soon?
He's going soon. He's coming down, I think, this weekend.
Oh, Matt is there now. Matt and Whitney, Jennifer Kaufman's friends. They're there now.
Yes. The Youngs.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, how are you? God, I'm gonna do this one more time and then we're gonna move on. So because Megan, I just see Megan just joined. I know she's gonna be down for this. So Megan, we're selling some of the merchandise. Disney Nerds podcast pop sockets. You may already have one of these because I know you won one of the contests. So we're gonna sell these for $5 a piece plus the shipping, which I'm thinking if you just do first class meal, probably be $2. Disney Nerds podcast koozies, $2. And then the buttons we'll do for 50 cents a piece. So if anybody wants to order anything, Jimmy at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. Jimmy at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. I missed what Ed said. Oh, yeah, I got it. World Showcase gets crowded. How about Future World?
Oh, yes.
I know World Showcase does get crowded, but last year, the first year we did it was in World Showcase during Food and Wine, and it was crowded. But I thought that made it part of the challenge.
I wasn't there for that one.
It made it a little harder. I mean, I didn't participate, obviously, but yeah.
I bet. So this year's meetups are. We have the half sample-a-thon at Epcot. That is November 9th. Am I correct in that one? 8th. November 8th. And the scavenger hunt is November 9th.
Yeah. Yep.
Scavenger hunt this year will be at Magic Kingdom, as they've kind of hamstrung us into going back to Magic Kingdom only because there's just so much going on at the other parks. Between Galaxy's Edge and us being at Animal Kingdom last year and Epcot being under construction, really heavily under construction by the time we go in November, that we got pushed right back to Magic Kingdom for that Saturday.
Let me tell you this real quick. As far as the buttons, guys, don't feel like I would tell you that'd be an add-on. Like if you're going to be in the parks anytime we're going to be there in the next future, like don't buy buttons because we bring those to give away. The only reason I'm doing for 50 cents a piece is more of an add-on to the pop socket or the koozie so I can package them together. I mean, if you do want them, just let me know. And I don't, it's not that big of a deal. I don't mind sending you some buttons. Because we get a bunch of those and we give those out. The pop sockets are a little more pricey. We don't really just hand those out just to hand them out. Although Kathy did talk me out of one, but she was here at my house, so nobody wants to deal with a upset Kathy. So when she wanted a pop socket, I just gave her one.
Fair enough. Bill, been listening to the podcast longer than I've been. You know what? I've been listening to the podcast longer than I've been a part of it as well.
Good point.
Oh no, see, this is what happened. You get excited about the Wi-Fi. And then, so really funny, the Friday before we drove to Florida, I was at Target and who walks up to me but Maria?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So she had talked to Angela the day before, a couple days before, when she was in the store, and she had told me that she was trying to watch a Tuesday night show and couldn't because Wi-Fi kept on kicking out at the campground she was at. Oh, here we go. Need some help for the scavenger hunt. What 3 lands in Magic Kingdom that connect would be best for the hunt?
So I'm thinking, and this is just my opinion, you guys throw in your own opinion for the scavenger hunt. So we're going to be doing like half of Magic Kingdom. So I'm thinking last year we did kind of the left side of the park. I'm thinking the right side of the park. So I'm thinking Tomorrowland, that half of Fantasyland, and that back section of New Fantasyland. Like back by Dumbo and all that.
So you're saying what?
It would really only be 2 lands because it would be just Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, but include like that back section by Dumbo, like the New Fantasyland as well. I mean, if you're going to do 3, you'd have to do the left side of the park.
Just to be clear, sorry, no, Angela did not get her ice cream.
I mean, I guess if you include Main Street, that would be 3.
Yeah, so you can include Main Street, and I would call Main Street an area or a land. Hey, from
Sure.
Maine.
Hey, Seth, how are you? Thanks for joining. Hello, Marisette. Yeah, so I would do Main Street, Tomorrowland, and then the right side of Fantasyland, which would include all that New Fantasyland area in the back and half the carousel.
Boy, I don't know. I really liked. I don't know whether or not we could do it again, though. I really liked the Adventureland, Frontierland, and Liberty Square, but I feel like we worked that out during the last.
Yeah, I mean, how much? Yeah, I don't know how much more you could do. How much more you could do there? Megan, I saw your post too. Your comment about joining touring plans. I'm glad you.
Yes.
I'm glad you feel like it's worth it. I do. The planning is really good on touringplans.com. The reservation finders, if you can't find a dining reservation, you can put a request in for the reservation finder, and it will text you or email you when that reservation becomes available. And then the crowd calendars are really beneficial to me. And look, I've seen debates about the crowd calendars. I know none of them are perfect, but the ones at touringplans.com are pretty good. Oh, and also Ed just brought up a good point. The room request is fantastic. So if you go to touringplans.com and you have a membership, they have a picture of the view from every room in Walt Disney World. And then once you set up your reservation, like your room reservation, you set it up there, you can go pick which room you want to request, and Touring Plans will fax that request to the hotel 5 days before your trip.
I have to do this. We have to do this on a show because here Seth is saying that he's doing well, which is fantastic, and doing some rough drafting for the family trip to Disney next year. And that is something that I think is underutilized with Touring Plans, because that is the essence of what the program was built for, which is you can literally click all the things that you want to do and optimize it. And it tells you how long it takes to walk there, how long on average you'll be waiting in line. And you can input breaks and input lunches and it literally kind of breaks it down for you, all the pieces of it. So in the next couple of weeks, I promise you, I know I've said it a couple of times, but I'm going to jump on and I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to go through the process of how to create that. Cause I'm telling you right now, Touring Plans is certainly an underutilized resource. And of course, a sponsor of the show, but an underutilized resource.
What's up, Mark Kovacs?
Mark.
Oh, Bill, I've looked at both. I think Touring Plans has it down more than Undercover Tourist, in my opinion. And I've looked at both. There's a bunch of them out there. Angela, Edwin says you didn't RSVP to the kids' party. I don't know. We're like an answering service now. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. How are we doing tonight, Amanda? Maybe the bloggers can start a series on how each of us plans our trips.
You should do it. Sounds awesome to me.
Touring plans is certainly the way to go. How are we doing tonight, Lindsay?
Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Thanks for joining. Come on in.
One of the things to keep in mind for that crowd calendar on Friday, November 8th is that it doesn't indicate what the park crowds are like for festivals. Let's put that note in there.
Another thing is, like, for November 8th, the Magic Kingdom's only a 4. That's probably because there's a Christmas party there that night.
Yep.
Which decimates the crowd calendar because anybody without a park hopper won't go there. Hello, Amanda. Thanks for joining. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Thanks for joining.
Jess, we actually we don't have a topic for tonight. We were just talking a little bit about some of the things that we have, and then we started talking about touring plans, which is definitely going to be a future topic of all that website has to offer to people that have subscribed to touring plans. So,
and again, I'll cover it again because we had a bunch of new people join in, but we're going to be offering these for sale. Obviously, we'll still be doing some giveaways and stuff here and there, but we don't normally give these away because they're kind of expensive. But if you would like a Disney Nerds podcast pop socket, we'd be selling these for $5 plus shipping. The brand new Disney Nerds podcast / Once Upon a Time Travel koozies, $2 a piece. Plus shipping, and all the shipping will combine if you get more, and then the buttons 50 cents a piece if you want buttons. You can email me, Jimmy@thedisneynerdspodcast.com, if that's something you're interested in and would like us to mail you some of those out.
Touringplans.com. I believe the app is, if you can search touring plans, but it's WDW Lines.
Yeah, it's WDW Lines is the app. Now, I don't know if you can view the rooms on the app. I know you can definitely view them on the website.
Touring Plans is a subscription site. Who asked that? Touring Plans is a subscription site, rather. Can be used by anybody that has a subscription.
Yeah, it's a separate product. I want to say it's like $15 for a year.
Something like that. When you renew, it's cheaper.
Yeah, Megan may be able to answer that because she just joined. And I pay for it every year. I mean, as soon as it runs out, they tell me to renew it. I renew it because I use the crowd calendar every trip.
Edwin intends on digging a hole like a groundhog in order to get into Galaxy's Edge.
I've heard that the way they built the walls around it, they built it where it's like the walls go like 30 feet into the ground just to prevent that.
There's this guy from Massachusetts. We're inside his head.
Yeah.
Planning is as fun as the trip, and then there comes a point in time though where I start thinking to myself, "Oh God, instead of being like we're 4 days away, it's like 11 days from now my trip's going to be over." I start getting into that mindset.
I bet touring plans would save you, and I don't use the touring plans. Actually, I use the reservation finder. I use the room requests feature, and I use the crowd calendar. But I bet if you use the touring plans, it would save you a lot of time. So Megan just answered, it was $15 for the year.
I would venture a guess 2 hours at minimum.
Yeah.
I used it years ago when we went with the kids, and I thought it was fantastic. And I would like to believe that it saved us a lot of time. And the timing, for the most part, was pretty spot on.
Tommy, call Adi tomorrow. He'll give you the info. Seth, I am the official travel agent for the Disney Nerds podcast. It's Once Upon a Time Travel. there is, if you want to book a Walt Disney World trip, you can put a $200 deposit down and then make payments. And then the trip has to be paid off 30 days prior to check-in. So if you want to reach out to me, it's Jimmy@thedisneynerdspodcast.com. If you want to get a quote or need some assistance booking a trip, we are fee-free. So it doesn't cost you anything extra to book with us as opposed to booking directly with Disney. Rachel said it's, Edwin said, I'll take 32 feet. You could just plan another trip. If you dig 32 feet, you're going to get trespassed and you'll never be able to go back. If you just book another trip, it probably makes much more sense.
No more Mickey waffles for you, Edwin.
Yeah, you're going to get kicked out. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Even if it's just for one trip, I would tell you $15 is definitely worth touringplans.com. You also get a discount because the people that run touringplans.com are also, Lynn Testa is the co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. So I think you get a discount if you own a copy of the Unofficial Guide, to the newest copy of the Unofficial Guide. I do kind of miss the DVDs. I do. We used to order them every year, especially when they changed. The best one, the girl's name was Erin. There was like 4 people, and they split up, and each one of them was good at something else.
I don't think I ever saw any of those videos. I bet you can find them on YouTube now.
Oh, it was great. Me and Kim just saw some guy. I'm like, I know him from somewhere. I'm like, oh, he's the guy that was all about like rest and relaxation in the Disney Planning DVD. This was probably around 2007, 2008.
Wow.
I use the cast members. They tell how the projection numbers for the day. Yeah, you're married to a cast member. Not everybody has that resource. Why don't you just post up Ken's cell phone number and
I was going to say, but Rachel's number is 555.
Oh, yeah. Just call Rachel if you'd like to know how busy the parks are going to be.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, but the DVDs got kind of, they didn't have personalities doing the last few of them. That's funny. Oh, okay. Good stuff.
Erin. Huh. Oh, thank you so much, Seth.
Seth, we appreciate it. And make sure to check out the Disney Nerds Podcast, audio podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. I have not seen any of the Descendants movies.
Oh, you're really missing out, Jimmy.
I guess I need to do that. I just
watched on Sunday. We had a little Sunday fun day before the kids started school. We went to Animal Kingdom, then hopped in the pool. And then in the afternoon, we watched Descendants 3 because we've been traveling. They hadn't had a chance to see it, and it was really good. Sad, but good. So
I agree, Rachel. I love the resort TV too. Stacy was actually one of the first guests we had on the Disney Nerds podcast. Was Stacy from the Must Do Disneys. So that's a lot of fun. So you can search for Stacy Aswad. You can just Google the Disney Nerds podcast, Stacy Aswad, and it'll bring up that episode. She was a lot of fun. Very, very nice person. Great. I mean, just a really, really nice person.
Lots of interesting details about her that I thought were fascinating.
Yeah.
Rachel, get me into Galaxy's Edge. Rachel, if you're not keen on Edwin, he's the kind gentleman that married Angela and I. So we have the most patience in the world dealing with. I mean, he has the most patience in the world dealing with us.
Jessica mentioning mini waffles now at Chef Mickey's. Now, that being said, give me Stitch waffles.
Ohana.
Because I am all about Ohana for breakfast.
I bet you've watched Everyday Lana. Holy cow. They're so good. Really, really, really good.
Oh, Ed wants to know is Descendants the High School Musical of today?
Yes, I would say it is. I would probably say it's better.
Is it the Tower of Terror of today?
No.
Because that's like one of my favorite movies that you just recently saw, right?
I did.
It's a great movie.
They liked it, but they love The Descendants.
Yeah, she likes the noise. That's cool, Megan. They got another really cool DVC channel now in the in-room TV that has like this Muppet that's in it. Have you seen that?
I was just watching stuff last week, but no, I don't recall seeing it.
I sent Ed the audio. I recorded the audio one night for the whole loop, but that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to find that for you and send it to you.
Oh, that'll be really cool, Bill.
So Lana says much better. Didn't like High School Musical, but loved the series.
Yeah, this series is really good.
Yes, you should tell Edwin you've been twice already. Rachel?
Rachel. I'm going to be meeting up with Edwin, I'm certain, at some point this week, and he's going to be looking for you.
Bill said the Stitch waffles would already have a bite in them, right?
Yes.
Tower of Terror is amazing. If you have not seen the Tower of Terror movie, and you're a fan of the ride, you are missing out. And I mean, look, it's a little cheesy. It's old. It's a very it's a young Kirsten Dunst and oh god,
I was there when they were taping that.
Were you really?
Yep, they taped that. They taped parts of it at Walt Disney World, and I was there at Hollywood Studios. I met Steve Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg. I just saw something else with him in it. Oh, Ballers. You seen the show Ballers?
Actually, yeah, I've been rewatching Veronica Mars, and he was just in an episode of Veronica Mars too.
Interesting. Very good movie though for a Disney Channel movie.
What a great plot line!
Yeah.
Like the plot line of the movie is really good.
It'll make you appreciate. You'll go in the Tower and Terror and be like, you'll have a different appreciation for it. As much as it already has a lot of story, it give you a whole new appreciation for it. So right. Kirsten Dunst, and I think Lisa told me she had never seen it. Her and the kids had never seen it. So I went online and I bought her a copy, and it's like it's like a 4-pack. It's a 4-movie pack with that, the Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy,
The Adventures of Ichabod Crane,
and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and the Country Bears.
The Country Bears, yes.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and Ichabod is one. It's one series tied. It's one movie that they put them both together. But it's like $6 for the 4-pack on Amazon.
Wow.
So definitely go get it because it's worth it. I'm not necessarily a hater of the Haunted Mansion movie. It's not the best.
It's not.
But it's not bad. Like if it was on, would you watch it?
Oh yeah, I'd probably watch it. I mean, look, it depends upon and anything else is on.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still it's not a terrible movie.
So, I just watched the acting's over the top. I don't know whether or not the acting's over the top. I can't stand the dance. I can't stand the singing numbers and what they do during the singing numbers. It's horribly lip synced.
Mm.
And it's not that it's horribly lip synced, like all musical numbers in movies are lip synced, but it's horribly lip synced. They just don't do a good job of it. My youngest is watching the third right now. So, Rachel, I'm happy you've been twice. Just get me in once. Yeah, Steve Guttenberg. So Tower of Terror description, a journalist and helpers investigate a 1939 mystery of which 5 people vanished from a hotel elevator on Halloween. I don't watch it quite as often as I do others. They could have done better with the Haunted Mansion movie. I agree, Kim. Yeah, it's a little something. So with Disney announcing theme park attendance down in the U.S., we're finally seeing recent price increases in the last few years, and the new fees taking a bite in attendance. I would say no. I think that theme park attendance is down in the U.S. I mean, Disneyland is so different. I know I'm going to get attacked right now when I say this, but I think attendance is down in Walt Disney World because Galaxy's Edge hasn't opened yet. I think people cancel trips and delayed trips and push trips back in order to be there when, Galaxy's Edge is open. So I think this summer's probably been a little slower than usual because of that. Now, I will tell you, I was in Disneyland when Galaxy's Edge was open, but it's more of a local park. It's not necessarily a destination. So I don't think it changed or saw the attendance spike that they thought it was going to see right away, because I don't think it's necessarily a vacation destination, much like Walt Disney World is.
Very true. Nutty Professor, starring Harry Anderson from the 90s version of Wonderful. No, I do not. Edwin said Haunted Mansion is a great movie. How about that?
I'm not going to argue with him. My 3-year-old daughter knows all the songs by heart already. That's fantastic.
Ed thinks low attendance is a Flace anomaly. I can't even say
Anomaly?
it. Yeah. No, the Flace anomaly.
It'll get crowded again, plus it's Disney.
Is that, if it's a false anomaly, does that mean it's not an anomaly?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Because if the low attendance is an anomaly, that means it's like a blip. It's off the. But if it's a false anomaly, that means it's not an anomaly.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm super curious to see what.
I think they've done a good job of lowering crowds during the busy season and raising crowds during the slow season. I think they've done exactly what they wanted to do and leveled it off.
Right.
That's why you used to have high peaks and low valleys, and you don't have that anymore. Right? I mean, before you would have January, February were very slow. September, November, except for Thanksgiving, were very, very slow.
You know what will be the test, Jimmy? September 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the test. If it's busy on September 3rd, because Galaxy's Edge is open, then you'll see that.
Well, but I mean, be interesting. Touring, I can tell you, Touring Plans, the whole week I'm there, Touring Plans has
1s and 2s.
Hollywood Studios at 10 every day.
Oh, does it really?
Yes. The rest of the parks are, for the weekend 6 to 7, and then once you get out the weekend, it's 4s and 3s, maybe 5s. But Hollywood Studios, they have a 10 every day. Now, does that mean it's going to be that busy every day, or that's just what they're projecting because they don't know what to project, and they're just shooting for the worst?
I think that they're going to shoot for the worst, and I think it's going to be busy, but I think all those people are going to be in line.
Yeah, all at Star Wars. Like,
it'll probably be the first time in a while that you'll see things like Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror and Slink Dog Coaster at 30 minutes or less.
Yeah,
in the middle of the day.
Because everybody that's there is going to be, well, unless there's people like us, that it's going to be, going ride Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster trying to take advantage of the fact that people are in Star Wars and, That's fantastic.
That's awesome. They are still making a ton of money. True.
I mean, They're not doing it. And as much as people like to say, "Oh, Walt would roll over in his grave," he
So-
wanted a place for everybody in the world that could just go for enjoy themselves. Nope.
No, Walt was
He
a
was,
moneymaker.
he was a businessman. That's it. It's there. It's a business. He started it as a business.
Right.
He wasn't an idiot.
So we have been at high capacity at studios daily for 2 weeks. How much of that do you think is because of the cast member previews, though? We're being brought in at 4 a.m. and working until 1 some nights. Yeah, I don't envy you guys right now. It's going to be pretty rough. Like the theme park select tickets, you can't get into studios until January or after.
Wow.
It's a long time before you can get into studios. No. First couple weeks in November, I don't think is bad at all.
Really not bad. Now the first weekend is a little bit busier because of the wine and dine runs. But once you get past that, that's kind of why we moved our meetups, was because of the wine and dine runs.
Right.
We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. I think they are for Galaxy's Edge.
Going to lower the
capacity limits is rough. So my daughter this summer for like a month and a half worked at a water park, and she worked on 4th of July, and on the 3rd of July she left and came home, and she said, "Well, the people at work said tomorrow we're going to get run over." I got to imagine that's what it's like, feeling like what it's going to feel like when you work at Hollywood Studios for the next couple months. Like the next couple months, you're going to get run over.
I imagine. But my other thing is this: is that other than this, okay, so Galaxy's Edge, the first time they've opened up a land this size ever. But
nice, Sissy.
How often do the other parks hit capacity?
Easter.
Magic Kingdom may hit capacity 4 days a year.
Yeah, Christmas.
Maybe Thanksgiving Day, maybe Christmas Day, maybe Christmas Eve.
Right.
I mean, that's the only time they really hit capacity. I don't think I've ever heard of Animal Kingdom hitting capacity or Epcot. I don't think any of those parks hit capacity. I think Magic Kingdom is the only one that hits capacity, and it's really just like the holidays, like the really big holidays, like Christmas and.
Question for you, Jimmy. You might have already answered this, but what is the best time to go to Magic Kingdom in October to avoid crowds? With Jimmy being our resident travel agent.
I would have to look at touringplans.com, but I would think the middle of the month is probably the best. I would recommend checking out the crowd calendar on touringplans.com, which I can do real quick. Put a pin in that one and let me.
All right. Moving on. How much runoff do we think will go to the rest of Hollywood Studios when Galaxy's Edge opens? I don't know whether or not there's going to be, I don't know. It depends upon how they do it, because Disneyland had a timed entry. Like I was all over Disneyland Park. I was all over that park waiting until 5 o'clock for me to get in. I just don't know how everything is going to work. Here you go, Terry. Christmas, July 4th, and New Year's. Studios did on opening day of Toy Story. So it will hit capacity.
It definitely will, I think, for Star Wars, but that's not a common occurrence. I mean, you're talking about something that happens very rarely, right?
Right. How do they determine capacity? Was there President's Weekend and I did not feel safe. They have a guideline that they hit, and it's in stages, Caroline.
Yeah, tiered.
So there's a tiered level. So there's a point where as they only let people that are on property on.
The first tier is they stop day guests from coming in. Then it goes to multi-day ticket holders that are staying off property, and then once it gets past that, they just shut it altogether. for anybody.
Edwin is begging. Edwin is sorry, Terry. I'm gonna take ownership on Edwin. He's my fault. My apologies. Reedy Creek established the capacity, so they do have their own setup and safety guidelines because they're under their own umbrella there.
So going back to the question on when in October, and I'm looking at the touring plans crowd calendar, it looks like if you avoid Columbus Day, the rest of the month is pretty, like the whole month on a scale from 1 to 10 is pretty much 3s, 4s, 5s, maybe some 6 and 7s. And then, but Columbus Day weekend is 8s. So as long as you stay away from Columbus Day, any other time in the month is fairly good.
Right. So it'll be a line for Galaxy's Edge that reaches Indiana Jones. Now, he's not talking about the Indiana Jones stage show. He's talking about the Indiana Jones attraction in Disneyland. It's going to stretch all the way across the country.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I only work daily ops in the rest of the park. Fair enough. Naturally, so help me get in. We'll be there Columbus Day weekend, and Fast Pass is mostly taken for popular rides for us. Yeah, but keep checking, Laurie, because those will drop off.
And I mean, I think another thing is, by looking at the crowd calendar, I was just looking at it. It looks like the weekend is mostly busy, but the rest of the week, I mean, the weekend's going to be incredible, like pretty busy. But then after that, directly after that, it's going to slow down. People typically don't take their kids out of school in October.
Unless you're me.
Unless you're Lisa.
I do it.
You're not typical.
I'm not. I never had any problem taking my kids out of school. That's how you use the crowd calendar and touring plans.
You guys want to see it? I can see if I can share the screen. Let's see.
I read an article a while back. Reedy Creek is upset that Disney is not adjusting their capacity count, which adding on to the additions. They need more stations.
I think that's one of the things that hurts, makes the parks feel much busier, is sometimes when major attractions are down, they don't lower the capacity for the park.
Yeah.
So you take all those people that would be in line at that attraction and you put them other places. So I think that's part of it. So this is the crowd calendar here for touring plans. So let me go. There we go. So as you can see, October 1st is a 3, 2nd's a 4. It's 3s, 4s. Saturday is a 5. 3s. You get a 6 there. But the only time that's fairly busy is right here. It's these 2 8s, and it's Sunday and Monday of Columbus Day. And then pretty much everything else is 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and maybe some 7s. And that'll continue all the way through pretty much November. Of course, except for the day we're there. But that's the last day we're there. So, and we'll be doing the scavenger hunt and watching LSU in Alabama. But it's 5, 6s while we're there. So
that's fantastic.
So there you go. You wanted information on that. That's.
So the wait time for Millennium Falcon is 300 days.
Yeah, days. Yeah. Yeah, sign up now.
Going to have 4 generations at my home down there the first 2 weeks of November. Be very exciting for you, Maria.
Maria, you coming to the scavenger hunt?
Focus Cantina and Savvy for us, Columbus Day. Hope we can get to see more of Galaxy's Edge that day. How are we doing tonight, Max?
Yeah, you should be able to. I've heard, Lori. I've heard that. The biggest thing about Galaxy's Edge is really being in there and soaking up the. And if you already got Fast Pass to Oga's, reservation for Oga's, that's one of the hardest ones to get.
Right. Any thoughts on where you're going to watch the game?
I'm thinking probably Splitsville, the outside bar at Splitsville. Lisa will be there. She just don't know it yet.
I'll likely be there.
I'm hoping it's a 7:00 game, which LSU Alabama ought to be a 7:00 game. So we should have time to do the scavenger hunt, which usually ends about 2. By the time we do all the scoring, give out prizes and all that, it'd be 3 or 4, and then probably after that I'll go maybe run back to the room, pick up anything I need to pick up, and maybe change from some Disney Nerds podcast gear into some LSU gear and head to Splitsville.
I'll stay in Walt Disney World football game or parks. I equate it to what I was like when the Bruins were on.
It's not just a football game, right? I mean, if it was LSU versus, Florida International or some random school, I probably would just stay in the parks. But LSU Alabama is like a big deal.
Oh, fantastic!
Look at all that. Go Tigers.
It won't be. You said it's going to be at 3.
I don't think so. They haven't announced it yet. I don't think it's going to be at 3. It's never been at 3 yet. It's usually primetime game.
Got to imagine you see the first week of college game day is going to be on Main Street.
If it's at 3, then I'm probably going to miss the beginning of it because of the scavenger hunt. With that being said, after the scavenger hunt, we'll have phones and stuff like that. If it's at 3, if it's at 3, that means it'll be at 2 Walt Disney World time. Yeah, I'll probably miss most of it. Maybe catch the second half. Maybe I would head down to Springs and catch the second half.
CBS picked Georgia versus Notre Dame. Too bad Charlotte won't be at the meetup. Oh, that's fantastic.
One of Charlotte's daughters is an LSU fan.
Yeah, she hasn't been shut out. It's not. I get it. I get the passion there. So I think that there are a lot of options as to where you can watch the game and what you can do, but we'll see how everything comes out at the bar at Port Orleans. There are a lot of different places you could go over. That's certain you could watch it at the Wave.
Probably. I can watch it on my phone.
On Dumbo. No? Just me?
Right. I might watch it on Dumbo. Sure. Why not?
On the People Mover. Can I go again? I'm just watching the game.
Right.
Constant breeze. So, are you excited for the Skyliner, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's something new. So I definitely am excited to go give it a shot.
It was running last week.
You think it'll be open when I'm there? And it's not a we anymore because you're always there now. Do you think it'll be open in 2 weeks when I'm there?
No, it'll be running. It was running last week, but it won't be open.
What is the word of when it's going to open?
Last I hear is like September 29th.
Okay. So when we go for November, it'll be open.
Yes.
That'll be a perfect time for me to try it out because then it won't be hot.
Right.
And I see the way they're designed, and I saw them running with the way the windows kind of flap open.
Yep.
And how the ventilation could work. Maybe it'll be fine. Absolutely, Adi. We'll find a place to watch it. I mean, obviously, look, the scavenger hunt is once per year, so the scavenger hunt's going to be my priority till about 2:30. But even if it's at 2:30, I mean, we can get the scoring done. I can keep updates on my phone, and I'll find someplace to watch it. But as far as I can see right now, it's still to be determined as far as game time. So I'm hoping they'll put it on something. I'm hoping they'll move it to prime time.
Odds of it being even if it's at 3:00, it would be 3:00 Eastern. It
Oh,
wouldn't.
it's 3 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah, most college games on the
Oh,
East
that's right. It would be
Coast are
2
3
o'clock here. So 3 o'clock, if we do the scoring quickly and maybe I could probably still catch a lot of it. And who knows? By the time I listen to the first half, I might not even want to go watch the second half.
Right. But
You know what,
be
Lisa?
invested in this at all.
Let's go watch it. Let's do a fast pass. I don't want to watch this shit.
Should put yourself close to a park at that point.
Max, the scavenger hunt is on. No, we have 2 meetups coming up in November, 8th and 9th. November 8th is a half sample-thon, which we're going to meet up at Epcot in Canada. And everybody will meet up there. We've done all these a couple times. This will be the 6th year for the scavenger hunt, but the sample-thon, we'll meet up in Canada. We'll work our way from booth to booth, halfway around the world to America, trying food and drinks all the way around. With the goal of being in America for 9 o'clock for the last concert for the Eat to the Beat. And then on Saturday is our scavenger hunt at Magic Kingdom. The best thing to do is go to the Disney Nerds Podcast Facebook page and go to the event section, and you'll be able to see both events there. Also, me and Lisa have a event on September 4th that is a live show meetup. We're going to start at 6 o'clock at Rainforest Cafe in Disney Springs, and then we'll start there, and then we'll go just from one side of Disney Springs to the other, just stopping along the way at Jock Lindsay's or Raglan Road or Planet Hollywood or wherever you guys want to stop. We'll just stop and get a drink. The Edison, we'll all march down to the Edison, go downstairs to the Edison to the bar. So wherever you guys want to stop, we'll stop as a group and enjoy some drinks and kind of do a Disney Springs pub crawl. So again, the Disney Nerds Podcast Facebook page and go to the events section.
Yes, we'll definitely be there. Brandon, interesting fact. Last time I watched LSU Bama at Walt Disney World, LSU won, and I watched it at the Territory Lounge. There's the answer. If you're at Magic Kingdom, where you want to go and watch the game is at Geyser Point.
There you go. And that's a boat ride away from Magic Kingdom.
Yep. It's a boat ride away from Magic Kingdom.
The last time I watched LSU Alabama was at Disney Springs, at Splitsville and Disney Springs, and they did not win. Yeah, come join us, Max. You're definitely welcome. I have people for that, Bill. I will send someone over for a limoncello. It's not that far from America. Next door, isn't it?
Yes, it is next door.
It's next door. We'll be fine, Bill. We'll be fine.
Is the Splash Mountain drop still the same height, or did they refurbish it to make it longer? They refurbished it to make it longer and steeper.
Can I throw him out? Max, it's just a plane ride away. We have group discounted rooms and tickets available. Just a plane ride away. My cousin, who just recently moved from New Orleans to New York City, he just booked his flights in his room. My cousin Mark, he'll be flying in, coming to the meetups.
It's fantastic.
I'm very excited he's coming. You're going to love him. He will be your new favorite person.
Geez, somebody to knock Audie out of first place?
I don't know. He might be equal.
Audie's my favorite person.
Yeah, he might be.
Hey, look at the time. Exactly 1 hour. Edwin, when do you arrive? You arrive Saturday. Is that correct?
I need to message Lisa about that, Ed. On the Tuesday we arrive, I think we're going to go do that World Showcase tour.
Oh, nice.
And not, oh, nice. It's not like, oh, yes, I want to come.
Oh, we'll see.
Right. I just wasn't giving you information. That was an invite. I know me and Ed me, Ed and Kim are definitely in. And I messaged Michelle and Hilliard, and they are definitely in. I don't know. A lot of people are not going to be there on Tuesday. Dude, you're 20. Hop a plane. My daughter's 20th birthday is today. Have your parents buy you a plane ticket. Tell them you got to go to Disney World for this Disney Nerds podcast meetup. Just come on, man. Do it. It's not a new Epcot tour. It's the World Showcase tour. It's not new.
World Showcase tour, right?
Yeah. I don't remember the exact name of it.
It's the Epcot World Showcase tour.
Yeah. But I thought it was something else.
It's World Showcase Destinations. If you go to comment.
Yeah. So I knew, and I posted this the other day in a group chat. Oh yeah, Sophie, I need to get you. We need to start a group chat on this because yeah, Sophie's supposed to come too. Sorry, Sophie, I didn't leave you out intentionally. So I put this in a group chat amongst the Disney nerds the other day because me and Kim were watching The Princess and the Frog on television. And I know the guy that was the inspiration behind the character of Ray, the lightning.
Right. Yeah.
But I didn't know he had a credit. Michelle actually made a comment about that, and so I went and watched the credits, and sure enough, he does, and it's Hilliard's uncle.
Really?
Yeah, his name. He was So what happened was, they were doing all kind of research down here in Louisiana because it takes place in Louisiana. So they did. His uncle Reggie was a swamp tour captain. He may still be. I hadn't talked to him in a long time, but so he took out a bunch of the animators and a bunch of the production people and did a swamp tour with them where they get the art and stuff like that for the swamp. And his personality inspired the character Ray. And sure enough, in the credits, it says special thanks. In the special thanks section, it says Captain Reggie Domain.
Huh.
Pretty cool. Dr. Facilier is a great character. Great character. Just a great character. Keith David, I think, did a fantastic job with that. Christopher, the tours are November 8th and 9th. November 8th at Epcot, November 9th at Magic Kingdom. So just go to the Disney Nerds Podcast Facebook page and go to the event section. Now, the tour we have coming in September for the live show is September 4th. That is not the main meetups that we do annually. This is something separate we're doing just because I happen to be there and Lisa lives there. So we're going to do this separate and more of a live show meetup. We haven't even brought this up on the podcast. We just brought it up here in the live show. Yes, the tour,
only offered on Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
I'm sorry, Christopher. I misunderstood your question. The tour is we're going to be doing it on Tuesday. It's only offered on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. So the meetups are on Friday and Saturday. So we're going to do it on Tuesday, which is the 4th. Is that right?
Yes. Wait. Yes.
Saturday's the 2nd. Sunday's the 3rd. The 5th. November 5th.
Walt's Head in the Castle. There you go.
What are we talking about?
Urban Legends.
Oh, like Walt, like Frozen Walt.
Yes.
4th or the 5th?
I think, boys, it probably doesn't matter at the moment.
Well, Christopher wants to know, and he's already committed and booked his room for the meetups.
It's weird to bury somebody under pirates. We're back to the 5th.
Yeah, I thought it was the 5th. Saturday's the 2nd, so it's just math.
He's not a math guy.
Walt being frozen and buried under pirates? Really? I think that goes past what you would be considered an urban legend. I think Bill is fake news.
Isn't that the essence of an urban legend?
Urban legend is like somewhat believable. Being buried under pirates, I think that's not even believable. I got dollars to donut, says you ain't gonna make it, buddy.
If somebody can get Edwin into Galaxy's Edge, shoot me a message. Lisa at the Disney Nerds podcast. I don't need to go. If you can get Edwin in, that would be fantastic.
The problem is, it's not even going to be. It's past even the pass holder. I mean, the cast member previews. It's into the pass holder.
Yeah. So there is a price on it. Oh, don't egg them on, Rachel. Doesn't make things any easier for me.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you're a pass holder and you're going to be there next week and you needed a +1, I'm sure Edwin would buy lunch.
Right?
I'm assuming he would buy lunch and maybe a gift.
So Walt Cryogenics is a Disney urban legend.
Yes, I agree. Walt Cryogenic is a Disney urban legend. Buried under... Never mind. We took it to a different level. Walt Cryogenic on top of the Matterhorn is not an urban legend.
Speaking of the Matterhorn, how about that falling apart?
Is it falling apart?
Yeah, half the side of the Matterhorn fell after some construction. They shut down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Post a pic on Facebook when you get in, Edwin, along with the police report.
When he says a pic, he means the mugshot.
Right.
Post your mugshot in the group in 2 weeks from now on Tuesday night. Send it to me and I'll put it up for everybody to see. Your mugshot and the news story about this guy trying to break into Galaxy's Edge. Oh, God, that's funny. Chris said a door-sized piece fell off.
Yes.
Hey, Christy, how are you? We hate when you work Tuesday nights, too, because you're not here.
Right?
Always next week.
We're always here on replay. And you can always comment. We actually will comment back. So
Absolutely. What music were we listening to all night?
This is The World of Motion.
I remember that vaguely.
You were a baby?
I was 12. Probably the last time I seen it.
It'll sound a lot like, Epcot entrance music.
I remember that you could select kind of the ending. Like everybody in the car pressed a button and it won like popular vote and you'd go to that ending.
Edwin said next week he'll be live. I will definitely go live with Edwin next week.
They don't know what a couillon is.
No. If it's like the other coon thing that you guys call each other down there.
Yes. No, Kuya is like I'll tell you offline.
Live from Galaxy's Edge. Okay, I'm not going live from Galaxy's Edge next week, but I will be happy enough to share Edwin trying desperately to get into Galaxy's Edge. How are we doing tonight?
Hello, Show Nuff, watching on the YouTube channel. Thanks for checking us out.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I'll post a few pictures of him trying desperately to get in.
That's what we need. We need photo ops of him trying to, like, somebody like strangling him.
There you go. We can only see that. So, you are forbidden to get trespassed. I know I am. Live from Disney jail next week. That's fantastic.
Good stuff.
Trying to plan a trip the second or third week of January. Wish me luck.
Christy, I am the official travel agent of the Disney Nerds podcast in the live stream. I would be happy to help you plan and book your trip. Shoot me a message either on Facebook or you can email me at jimmy@thedisneynerdspodcast.com. We are fee-free, so it doesn't cost you anything extra to book with us as it would to book with Disney directly. So it doesn't cost you a penny extra. So if you want to reach out to me, I'd be happy to help you plan and book your trip. I've been the second week of January a couple times, and it's a fantastic time to go. Second or third week, depends on how it falls. My birthday is the 11th, but we typically use the Martin Luther King holiday to plan our trips. But also, Galaxy's Edge is great, but I'm sure it's going to be great. But also, that's the week of what's the arts festival's going on during that time. So
be cautious to balance around. This is why you need somebody like Jimmy. Balance around the marathon weekend.
Yes,
it is busy on marathon.
I want to be there for marathon weekend. Festival of the Arts is fantastic. I don't think I'm going to make it this coming year because we're going to Disney World for in March for the week after Mardi Gras for me and my wife's 20th anniversary. So, is it, Christopher? What year?
Oh, you guys are brothers? Oh, that's awesome.
My brother from another mother. Mardi Gras is at the end of February this year. It changes every year. So Mardi Gras this year, 2020 will be the 25th, February 25th. Actually, me and my wife's anniversary is actually the 26th, and we're scheduling the week after Mardi Gras to avoid Mardi Gras a little bit. Jessica, yes, I can help somebody plan for a marathon weekend trip, for sure. So, Chrissy, I'm right on the West Bank in New Orleans, so you're not far. Feel free to reach out if you want some help planning and booking your trip. Ed wouldn't find your lack of faith disturbing.
It's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yes, Christy. Yes. Mardi Gras day before Ash Wednesday. Yes. 72. I'm 75, Christopher, so he is 3 years older than me, but same birth date. That's cool. I feel like there's not that many of us on January 11th. Don't look like that. Jessica, it's not the time's not out yet. It'll be for 2021. It'll probably be around mid to end of June of next year. The dates will open up for 2021.
God,
That's funny.
what else do you have for us tonight, Jimmy?
I think that's a wrap. I mean, we've been going a little over an hour. We started a little early. So, again, we're going to be trying to set up our store, I guess. But in the meantime, if you want a Disney Nerds podcast pop socket for your phone, we're going to sell those for $5 plus shipping. I think I can just ship them, just first class mail, probably for about $2. Maybe even a little less than that. But then also, if you want a Disney Nerds podcast drink koozie, these are really cool because they fit 16-ounce aluminum bottles. They fit 12-ounce glass bottles and 12-ounce cans. So these will do for $2 a piece. And if you would like buttons, we'll do Disney Nerds podcast buttons for 50 cents a piece. All you have to do is email me. In the meantime, till we get the store set up, you can email me, Jimmy, at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. Give me an idea what you want. I'll put a price together for you. We'll do PayPal. So the podcast pop sockets, which have been really cool. Koozies. And the Disney Nerds podcast buttons, which are great. So reach out if you are... Heather got an ex born on January 11th, and he's from Houma, Louisiana. Two of each.
This guy I cannot deal.
Oh, God. All right. So, Adi, text me what you want. You want 2 pop sockets, 2 pop sockets, 2 koozies, and 2 buttons?
Yes. Then we can take that offline.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you guys for joining. We will see you next Tuesday at 9:00 Walt Disney World time, or 8:50 if you're lucky. Glad to have my partner in crime back, Lisa.
It's nice to be back.
Thank you, Edward, for covering for Lisa last week. I enjoyed having him. And we'll see all you guys soon. I hope all of you can make it to the next meetup, which will be on September 4th, 6:00 at Rainforest Cafe, at the bar at Rainforest Cafe. And it will be a Disney Springs pub crawl, whatever. That one probably won't be kid friendly. Most of our meets are kid friendly. But we will be going bar to bar. So I would tell you that one may not be kid friendly. So thanks for joining. Kwaherini.
So long, everybody.
Bonne nuit, les gens. Good night, people.